All right, now to Washington, where Republican lawmakers in the House are taking steps to try to block public access to military service records. Their push for a new bill to keep that information private comes after the Pentagon mistakenly released the personal information of several Republican politicians who were current or former members of the armed forces. NBC News Pentagon correspondent Courtney Kube joins us now for more on this. So, Courtney, news organizations and even sometimes employers use that information to try to verify someone's military service. So if you can, tell us what information is available right now and what is this bill hoping to restrict?
That's right. And Stephen, to people like you and I, this could have a chilling effect on our ability to verify an individual's military service. So the information that we get in this releasable service information is very basic. Someone's name, rank, dates of service, so how long they served. Sometimes it will include things like decorations and awards and maybe some information about a deployment. But it is very basic. In fact, it's so basic that when the Pentagon laid out its rules for privacy for members of the military, it said that these specific things that they could put out did not have any impact on an individual's privacy. So this is information that, I got to tell you, today already I have requested someone's service information. It is a very standard practice that we in the news media do. Now, you mentioned that case of about 11 people whose information was improperly released by the Air Force several months ago. These are two totally separate cases. In that case, that was someone who claimed to be an employer who came and filled out what's called an SF-180, a standard form 180. If in fact someone puts in a request for that information, which generally includes more personal details than the basic releasable information, then the individual has to consent to their information being released. That service member, current or former, has to consent. Well, that's where the mistake happened in the case of Congressman Don Bacon and others. They never consented to their information being released. The Air Force admitted that it was a complete mistake that they took, and they have taken full ownership, and they're still looking into how that happened. But the information that we as the news media get, it's very basic, and this will have a chilling effect on our ability to verify whether somebody served at all in the military going forward if this passes, Stephen.
It'll be fascinating to see how that plays out. And, Courtney, what are the consequences, though, if this bill does not pass?
So if it doesn't, everything will probably be about status quo. But the concern here is this is part of the House Appropriations Committee markup on defense. It's about 150 pages long. This is at the very end. Defense officials who I spoke with about this are concerned about a number of different provisions. And the ones I spoke with said, look, there are so many specific cases and specific information here that we're going to fight that they do not want to happen, eliminating entire offices out of the Pentagon, for instance, that this may be one of those cases that while the Pentagon does not want this provision to become law, it may not be one that they fight hard. That's what defense officials here are concerned about. And again, it will really impact the public's information about service members. You know, there's an issue called stolen valor. It's something that became so prominent, such a problem, that about a decade ago, Congress passed the Stolen Valor Act. And what it means is there are individuals who come forward and say they have military service, they've gotten these awards, they've earned these specific things like a Purple Heart or a Bronze Star, and they're trying to claim benefits or money because of what they claim to be their military service. Without this basic information available to people like us, to even employers in some cases, it will be very difficult to suss out those cases of stolen valor. And we could see an increase of them going forward, Stephen.
A lot of military members certainly concerned about stolen valor. All right, Courtney, thanks so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.